Hey, Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous, you guys. It is breaking news, breaking news. None of us are really that surprised. I think most of us kind of expected after they started releasing the Bad Boys, and they did after Jay-Z's attorney about a week ago went ahead and dropped the request for sanctions against Busby. I think everybody kind of knew. We talked about it, that more than likely a dismissal was. Hey, D Dot, welcome to the chat. Can you hear me okay? We knew that there was going to be a dismissal. Let me turn this speaker on in case I want to play something. I'm not going to keep you guys long, but this is breaking news, y'all. I mean, I know people are shocked. My daughter's, her face was like, what? Okay, good. Thank you. Shout out to D Dot, and shout out to, I know they're not here, but Lulu's World 93, subscribe to her. The Lounge on YouTube, and Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Please go follow all of those content creators. They are awesome. We'll have you laughing. Yes, D-Dot, this is breaking news. I know some people got their feelings hurt. You know what? I think Jay-Z, and I've said it, y'all can go back. I'm not jumping ship. I feel like Jay-Z is guilty of some things. Like, I think we still need to figure out what's going on with Ramir. That's the issue. And I feel like we can go back and look at his relationships with Foxy Brown and people like that. But this case was a little bit shaky. You know, once they showed her, and then her father didn't remember, and the timeline and the different locations, it just, and I'm not saying that he didn't do anything, but it just wasn't enough credible evidence. It wasn't tangible evidence. And we stated that when it first came out. Well, not when it first came out, but once we kind of heard the merits of the case, I mean, it just didn't seem like it was going to stand. And, you know, I know a lot of people are devastated, but let's get into what this, I want to get into what the article is saying. So let me share this with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and read it. Crystal Ross says, so how did it get dismissed again? It got dismissed because Tony Busby agreed. So basically, if you're familiar with like lawsuits and things like that, Tony Busby, well, here's a couple things. We won't necessarily know the real reason. It could have been a settlement. D-Dot is saying Ramir talked to Busby and demanded a paternity test, and it will be for. Oh, I'm so glad about that. I hope so. Because, see, that to me will be credible. Because if it turns out that he is Ramir's dad, then we know that he did something with that girl when she was underage. But going back to Crystal, we won't. Okay, let's look at the dismissal. Let's go back and we'll just look at the dismissal, because maybe that'll explain it. Because I'm just finding out this just like you guys. So let me see if you could see it. Hold on. Let me take this off. And whenever you have a dismissal, you have to remember it could be multiple reasons as to why it was dismissed. Maybe there was a private settlement. Who knows? I mean, and then also based on the merits of the case, Busby could have said, well, you know, given this, and this, attorneys know when they bring these matters before the court, kind of what their the outcome could be. So after they're going back and forth, they could just kind of be, both of them look at the merits of the case. And the judge, remember, you guys have to remember, the judge also gave Jay-Z's attorney the approval for them to go ahead and dismiss the case. Remember, Spiro was trying to fast track everything. It was just like, dismiss it and do this, and you know, the judge, remember, she was like, slow down. No, that's not how it works. You need to go back and go through the proper procedures, and then we could talk about a dismissal. And then she filed it. They filed the correct documents, and then she gave an approval that they could go forward. And so, which also gives the opposing side opportunity to oppose the dismissal. And so, you know, we're here now. So basically, this is the document that was filed. Can you guys see it? It's kind of small. Let me see. It's pretty tiny, but I'll go ahead and read it to you. I was going to try to make it bigger. Let me try to make it bigger for you. Okay, let me know. Oh, you guys, that's not really going to help me read it to you. Let me see. Yeah, I can't really, I can't really make it big enough so that I can read it. I know it's small, but let me read it. So basically, it says, Jane Doe, which was the woman who said that she was, violated when she was 13, against, and then it lists all of the defendants rather, and Jay-Z is one of those defendants. So let me make sure, because I see Sean Combs. I'm looking at this, and I'm not seeing. I'm looking for Jay-Z's name, and I'm not seeing it, which is interesting. Okay, so it says, pursuant to the Rule 41, blah, 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 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, plaintiff Jane Doe, by and through her undersigned counsel, hereby gives notice that the above caption action is voluntarily dismissed with prejudice. Counsel for plaintiff have discussed this matter with counsel for each defendant who acknowledge and consent to this submission. Okay, so she's voluntarily dismissing the entire case. Now, why it's being dismissed is not being disclosed. It will not necessarily be disclosed to us. If you have a lawsuit and you sue somebody, you can come to an out of court settlement agreement, and then it would be a dismissal. So if there was a settlement, they can settle and not disclose the reasons. That would be sealed, right? So we won't necessarily know why, but there you have it. So we know Jay-Z. So here's another thing. So that means Diddy, this is one hurdle, one less case that Diddy has to worry about. I mean, right now, this was a civil case for sure, but this kind of, to some degree, to be honest, no, it's not really going to help him in the federal case, because I feel like they have enough stuff against him. But this is just one less civil suit that he has to worry about, which, is more of a monetary, a monetary loss if he had lost this. So, I mean, I guess that's a win for Diddy to some degree. Let me see what you guys are saying. So D-Dot says Ramir talked to Busby. Okay, that's cool. I'm happy about that. So they're going to get that DNA. D-Dot says they must have paid people up. See, that's the thing. Hey, Crystal, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Oh, hey, Tammy, welcome to the chat. Y'all, please hit the like button, please. Yeah, I feel like they probably did, because, listen, Jay-Z was being fried. Now, you guys know, I didn't do a video on it, but yesterday, and I think we kind of talked about it, D-Dot, I think you were in the chat when we were over in the lounge. So the NFL sent a apology to Kendrick Lamar, saying that they're sorry about what happened. They should not Kendrick Lamar, to Lil Wayne, saying that they're sorry, that they should have let him perform at the halftime performance, and going forward, they're going to take a different stance, and they're going to make sure that wherever the Super Bowl is being performed, that there's some ties to the celebrity, that there's some celebrity ties to that area, right? So to me, what that is basically saying is that they're trying to look at, because they're saying this was a worst decision ever. They were so disappointed. They are setting this up, to me, to make sure that Jay-Z does not do the halftime performances in the future. That's what that says to me. I don't know about you guys, but now this is a good excuse, because, I mean, Jay-Z has done the Super Bowl for the last 4 or 5 years now. And if you go online, if you go on Twitter, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's starting to be just a ghetto halftime show. It's not diverse enough. Where's the diversity? So believe me, they are using this time, because, a lot of the Super Bowl people who don't understand rap, although we loved it and we understood the Drake beef, a lot of them old fogies, the people with the money, they don't get it, right? Hey, Ty, welcome to the chat. Hey, please hit the like, get the likes up, y'all. They didn't understand it. So they were like, oh, this is terrible. Like, they didn't really like it. So even though Kendrick Lamar's performance got even higher numbers than Michael Jackson's performance, I believe, like in the 1999 or whatever year, back in the 90s, this was awesome. It pulled so many views in, but it got so much backlash from people who felt like it wasn't diverse and it was just rap, and they didn't understand all the symbolism and the things that it meant. So I feel like this Jay-Z's personal and professional persona is definitely taking a hit. I mean, the whole thing with the Lion King, when he did the Lion King red carpet, they said that the Lion King numbers were down because he went to the red carpet with Blue Ivy and Beyonce. So, Jay, even though right now this has been dismissed against him, I think he's still in a lot of hot water. I do. This case was dismissed, but it has put eyes on him for a lot of other things he's done. Now, I don't know if y'all follow Tisa, but she had come out a couple weeks ago and said that there was content creators have been contacted that there's some information, another lawsuit pending against him that's going to blow this one out of the water. So we're still waiting to hear about that. Allegedly, that one has something to do with unaliving people back in the day. I don't know some bodies, but we'll wait and see. But let me go ahead and let me read this article to you guys. So what's being said online, just so y'all know I ain't lying. And here are the receipts, y'all. It says Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs lawsuit dismissed by Jane Doe's attorney. And this was out the Southern District of New York. So, it's probably late in the day. It says the lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z over alleged that of a 13-year-old girl in 2000 has been dismissed by the attorney representing the Jane Doe, according to a court filing made on Friday in New York. The voluntary dismissal, reviewed by Variety, was filed by attorneys Busby and Antigone Curtis, claiming that the Jane Doe who accused the musicians of assault hereby gives notice that the above captioned action is dismissed with prejudice. Because it was dismissed with prejudice, the suit cannot be refiled as it is in its present form. So basically, there is no option for this plaintiff, Jane Doe, to come back in future years and modify and claim something new. It's done. She's done. That case is over. So that third person who allegedly was in the, the J-Lo that we think, J-Lo, or who we thought was the celebrity, the female celebrity. Yeah, it's done. So, I mean, and we don't even know if the female celebrity, we still don't know if she settled, right? We don't know who it was. And so we just don't have any more details, but apparently that person must have been dismissed from the case as well, because their name never appears. And it's dismissed now. So it says, additionally, Roc Nation, the entertainment company owned by Jay-Z, issued a statement signed by Jay-Z, Sean Carter, calling this a victory. Of course, he's definitely going to call it a victory, but it still has besmudged his name. It still has brought a lot of new eyes to his histories. People who didn't know Jay-Z from the past, he ain't the big dog on the block no more. And people who really knew him from, New York and all of that, different people, different musicians, they are starting to kind of come forward and say, damn. Even Jane Doe saying, well, Jay did hang out with them younger women, right? So I still think it's still bad. In his statement, Jay-Z also says this issue caused trauma for his wife and children. Jay-Z, we don't give a fuck about that. Seriously, we don't. I'm not a Beyonce hater. I'm not saying that, but nobody gives a F about the trauma. You used to sling drugs, bro. What are you talking about? What about the trauma to the families? It's like you did dirt in your day. They're even alleging that maybe you have a body or two. So come on now. See, people do stuff in their past and think, oh, I'm absolved and this is not good for my family. Well, hell, you did stuff that wasn't good for other people's family either. But anyway, let me go see what y'all saying. Tammy says, I want to know what's really going on. Well, Tammy, unfortunately, we know that the case has been dismissed. Now, the whys and the background information, they're not going to tell us that, because if it's a settlement, like a dismissal with all parties agreeing, they're just going to, maybe it's sealed, but they won't tell us. So we will all just speculate that there was a payoff, which probably, but I feel like if there was going to be a payoff, why would Jay-Z wait so late in the game when all this mudslinging started, right? He could have paid her off early in the beginning until it went this far. Ty says, I also believe the NFL know about his other criminal charges and they are prepared. Yeah, I think so too. I think in the beginning, it wasn't a big deal, but after these new allegations came out, it's like they didn't want to just fire him because so now we see it was dismissed. So if they had to fire him before this dismissal, then he could have sued them, and it just also depends on the clause in the agreement. Like I know that a lot of companies have like it's not like a professional clause, but it's sort of like a reputational clause. But whatever the case is, they must have been leery with terminating their relationship with him. Even though he got this dismissal, going forward, I think all of the drama surrounding this, they're not going to want him to do this again. No, I don't think so. Tammy says, could it have been? Yeah, Tammy, it definitely could have been a payout. It could have been a back office settlement. Okay, so anytime you have cases like this, I've never done criminal law. I did mostly like, contract, mechanics lien, stuff like that, family law. But what I know is when there's a trial, up until the trial, there can be negotiations and settlements so that it does not go to trial. Because basically, once it goes to trial, you're turning it over to a jury. If there is a settlement, the person is saying, "Hey, I'll take this money to go away," and that's it. It absolves you from admitting guilt. It absolves you from having to appear before a jury. So it very well could have been a settlement or a payout. Now, we knew something was coming down the pike because remember last week when we talked about this, it was like, why did Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, do the dismissal, or he withdrew his request for sanctions against Busby? So we knew, and I said, well, generally, and I probably posted it on my community wall. I said, generally, when you see something like this, when there's a voluntary request for dismissal or something, or, like dropping the sanctions, that means they're working behind the scenes and they've come to some agreements. So I don't know if it was a payout, but remember, they dropped those sanctions against Busby. So now, because that would have been hefty too. Busby don't want nothing like that on his license. You just don't want stuff like that. So I'm not saying that Jay-Z punked him out. I'm not saying that at all. But I do feel like based on the merits of the case, it was enough for Busby to say, well, hell, forget this. I mean, no, and then because y'all think about it. Well, let me hear what y'all are saying. Hey, loving myself. Welcome to the chat. Y'all, please hit the like button. Tammy is saying, hey, girl. D-Dot said Chris Nicole is on live now. Okay, cool. Ty is the way things was going. I believe he paid off to focus on what's coming. Yes, a lot of people were saying that too. A lot of people were saying that they felt that he was, because this thing that Tisa told us, she was like, this is something big is coming down. I think D-Dot is the one who went and told everybody about Miss Lowdown, because I had seen it. But I had went online and I was looking for her, because she said Jay-Z had caught bodies. So I was looking to see if I could find anything and I couldn't. So I said, let me leave it alone. And it was D-Dot that said, he told the lounge, go check it out. And we did. And then Tisa, and actually, I think it's a couple other big content creators came on and they were saying the same thing, that somebody had been leaking information that people were behind the scenes talking to the feds about stuff that Jay-Z had done in his younger years when he allegedly was selling that, that Coca-Cola. Ty says, okay, so we said that. Loving Myself says, hello, how are you? Just got in it's gays free. Hey, yes, welcome to the chat, girl. I'm good. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. I meant to tell everybody happy Valentine's. I hope everybody got a Valentine's, but if you don't, you got yourself, you got God, and that's it. That's all. Be good to yourself. Loving Myself says, hey, D. Tammy says it could be quid pro quid pro quo. Tammy, now I've been out of the you got to explain that because I don't remember these legal terms. It's been a minute since let me look up what you're saying. Quid pro quo, meaning something for something. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, well, we see that because when they dropped those sanctions, we knew that they were working in the background to clear his name, and they had reached a settlement then, I believe, But I also feel like once the judge had uh, given her approval, approved them to go ahead and file for the dismissal of the complaint, I felt then that was a victory or a nod for Jay-Z. And it was the evidence was insurmountable, in my opinion, for Busby. And if y'all remember, do you guys remember how Busby came out and he was saying he got attorneys be posturing? That's the one thing. If you work in law firms and stuff, you know that a lot of stuff, if you work in a law firm, you know that a lot of stuff that people that they put out there publicly is not what's really going on. It's a lot of posturing, it's a lot of BS, because that's what you do. You lie for your clients. That's your job. You wouldn't be a good attorney if you got out there and said, well, yeah, he's guilty and da. So remember when Busby came out and he was saying that he had gotten a remember Busby came out, I said he had a officer, a detective, a retired detective, go and look at the merits of the case and do an investigation. So Busby had kind of put it out there and made people believe that he had gotten some evidence that corroborated her story because a detective had looked at it. And I said, y'all remember, that's like having an expert witness. You could go get any detective to say, oh, I heard her story, I vetted it, it's true. No, that was not sufficient evidence. But because a lot of people saw the headline, oh, Busby got this detective, and the detective reviewed it, people thought, oh, see, she got a credible person. No. People are looking at this case based on stuff that occurred 20 years ago. Y'all know, anybody in this chat that's over 30 years old, y'all know if you think back 20 years ago, your memory is faulty. You can't remember half the stuff you did. You probably don't have half of the nothing that you had 20 years ago in your possession. I mean, I don't know. But she was going to really have to be able to show a witness. There were no witnesses. And then when the dad said, I don't remember, that really put a nail in it for her. I really think that did her in. D-Dot is saying, some of the victims that got paid off signed by lawyers, but the plaintiff didn't leave their names. Some of the victims that got paid off signed by lawyers, but the plaintiff didn't leave their names. Yeah, I didn't see. It's documented. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back and go through more thoroughly because I didn't see. Remember, D-Dot, when I was looking at the list of the defendants and Doe's 1 through 10 in the companies, I didn't see Sean Carter. Maybe I quickly overlooked it. Maybe it was a abbreviated filing, the caption, but I didn't see his name, so I was looking for that. Ty says Busby was so angry with Jay-Z and Roc Nation, and he wouldn't just give up. He did what was best for his client. Yeah, and that's another thing. This became a fight to me of egos. Like, first of all, Jay-Z, I felt like let's discuss the merits of the case. If you're saying you didn't do it, let's talk about that. But now you're going to attack the attorney, which y'all saw the judge didn't like that. It's just a professional courtesy. Everybody, the attorneys, it's a fraternity. They don't want you throwing stones at other attorneys because y'all all crooked. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's call it what it is. They all lie. Attorneys will defend a guilty person. You could go unalive somebody and get a lawyer to defend you. Okay. Lawyers are not it's not even about the truth. It's about the best argument. It's about if I can create reasonable doubt, even if you did unalive this person, if I'm a good attorney, you got enough money, I could create doubt, you can walk. Right. And that's my job. Another thing that people forget about attorneys is they're not necessarily there they're there to get you off if you're the defendant, But also, even if we know you're guilty, let's say we know you on the live, 20 people, and the attorney cannot dispute that. The attorney is also there to ensure that you are represented fairly and the law of justice is handled to you. The scale of justice is distributed to you fairly. Okay. So you still have rights as a criminal, as a person that's convicted. And so the attorney, that's the bottom line. Their bottom line job is to ensure that your rights are not violated. Right. So when people think like, oh, the attorney's going to get them off, they may not be most times they know that they're not going to get you off. They already know because they've done this. These cases are not that different, but for like a Diddy, they're going to take his money. This is a lot of money, y'all. Please get the likes up. Y'all get the likes up. Tammy says, Jay is walking around now like Busby ran away. Yeah, Tammy. But see, you know what? This is a win for Jay-Z. But believe me, in the court of public opinion and given the people that he's affiliated with, his image has been shattered, period. Beyonce's reputation has been impacted because of this. This is, even though this is a win, it is a victory, he is still taking some L's. I don't care. He may have won this Busby thing and he might be poking his chest out, but you still got other fires to put out. Now they're going back to look at what you did when you were, slanging that cane, right? And now they're going back to look at, are you Ramir's dad? Why won't you take that test, right? And, now we're looking at how many bodies. Did you really have bodies? It's so much stuff, so I don't think he got away scot clean. And also, we also know that there are a lot of brands that actually have ended their deals with him and Beyonce because of this as well. I mean, I don't have a list of all of them because I think that came out like months ago, but like some of the more, the designer brands that they were representing and affiliated with, they're like, we're done. We won't be renegotiating contracts with you guys. So their brand affiliations have taken a hit behind this too. So I don't think Jay-Z can be so pompous and arrogant. People do not see him the same way. Ruchi says this case was not dismissed. It was dropped by Busby. Those are two different things. Busby decided not to go forward for whatever reason, but Jay was never proven. Okay, so we can get into the semantics of when a case is dismissed. Remember when the judge said she approved the case to be dismissed? Jay-Z's attorney filed a request for dismissal. She gave Busby's attorney the opportunity to file to go ahead and file his reasons why it shouldn't. So what we have here, the attorneys will always agree for this dismissal to say that we don't have to go to trial. That's what that means. Okay? It's been dismissed. Listen, the agreement, he could say, oh no, we want to go to trial and still try to prove it. And then the judge would come, but he's retreating saying, okay, yeah, we're not going to win this. Okay. Or settled, whatever. But that's what it means. I mean, it's dismissed. However you want to look at it, Jay-Z is a done deal. Not that I'm agreeing with it, but the semantics of it's dismissed, baby. D-Dot says, okay. Ty says, but we never came to discovery, so no. Exactly, that's the thing, Ty. They didn't. But see, I feel like, again, I ain't done criminal, but when you get to this point, that's because the person with the lesser of the proof, like Busby, in my opinion, knows that you don't have enough evidence. He's an attorney. He knows all of this stuff is not really probably going to stand up in court, or the opposite of that is that maybe Jay-Z, Busby doesn't want those sanctions. Jay-Z doesn't want this. It might be impacting his deals so much. Ruchi is dropped. Okay, babe, it's over. Yeah, I mean, you could debate that all day, but it's over. No, she approved that they could file for the request for dismissal. That's what I said. But so we don't know if Jay-Z paid off the plaintiff and just said, hey, let's just make this go away. And that's it. I told you guys before, I sued a big company. I took a settlement and the case was dismissed. The company never admitted to fault, and I didn't pursue it in front of a jury. I took a settlement and it's over. Same thing. We won't know. So when people go online and they look and they see the case that I sued the company, all they see is a dismissal. They don't know why. I mean, most people know that only 3% or 2% of cases usually go to a jury trial. So most people know that there was some sort of a settlement, but we don't know if it was a financial settlement. We won't know. We don't know. D-Dot says Jay-Z is not. No, D-Dot, I don't think he is not getting off easy, because this is going to haunt him. I don't care. Jay-Z has gotten to the point where he thinks he's part of the elite, just like Diddy. They thought that they were different. Just, seriously, just like Kendrick Lamar said, not like us. They thought they weren't like us. And they pulled their card and reminded them, you got a little bit too big for your britches. You are just like them. Jay-Z thinks he's on that Elon Musk type of, that level. No, you're not. And I'm not saying it in a way to be dismissive or anything, but Jay-Z has skeletons in his closet. This case was not it for me. When I first heard it, I just said, this sounds shaky. Not that I don't think he could mess with an underage girl, because if y'all look at my channel, I'm 8 months ago or damn near a year ago talking about, what about him and Foxy Brown? What about all these other allegations? Because I believe those to be true. Wendy Williams talked about it years ago. But this particular case, even, y'all hit the like button, please. Let's get the likes up. Even if it did occur, you got to have evidence. You got to have evidence. That's just the way the law works. You could be guilty of something, but if they can't prove it, you're going to walk. Okay, Ty says the liquor company doesn't want to have anything to do with Jay-Z and B. Yes, they have been saying that. A lot of the other companies are coming forward saying they don't want to have any affiliation. I don't know if it was Tiffany and Company, but a lot of the French companies and stuff, they're not even over here in our country, so they don't have to deal with us anyway. But yeah, they have ended relationships, so many things. Like, I read something about their Disney. They were supposed to be doing another Disney contract, and at this point, it hasn't been green lighted. Y'all can imagine how many deals have been taken off the table because of this. But what's going to be the telltale sign is what's going to happen next year for Super Bowl. Do y'all think that next year they're going to have Jay-Z up there? I don't. There have been so many. Oh, okay. Girl, I'm gonna put this person in timeout, because I'm just reading. I saw the complaint. I'm reading what they're posting. So you can go argue with the Variety. You can go argue with the people in New York, because I'm just not gonna do it. Tevin says he wasn't proven well, he wasn't proven guilty if you're talking about Jay-Z, but he wasn't proven innocent either, right? So at this point, all we know is the case is dismissed and it's a done deal. So, and I feel like he's done something. I just don't know. This young lady couldn't prove this. And then they were talking about the fact that, she had mental issues. Well, I feel like once that went before a jury, that was going to have an impact on their decision as well. Like, I don't feel like you can just say, oh, well, because this person has some mental deficiencies, we can clearly rely on her testimony. I would be sketchy. And of course, we would have to see what the jury instructions are, but I just didn't think it was an airtight case. I didn't. Y'all, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Ty says, remember Kanye said they can't control him like Diddy and Jay-Z, because I know he was spilling all the tea. I was just watching a video with him talking, and he was saying that. He was letting them know. But you know what, Ty? Kanye got some stuff too. Remember, he's in a lawsuit with Diddy as well, though. He never maybe unalive nobody, but now he's done caught some cases for, messing with women inappropriately or assault. Ty says, remember, Tammy says, notice how the hits just keep coming for Diddy, but not Jay. You know what, Tammy? I know, but I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen with the with that case that they're saying about those bodies. But you guys, I want to shift gears with you since you guys are here. I was going to do another video, but okay. So you guys remember with this whole thing. So now this case is dismissed. Let me go back here. Let me go here. Let's see. Okay. So can y'all see? If you guys could see the screen, it says voluntary dismissal. So for the person who kept going back and forth with me, voluntary dismissal, involuntary dismissal, the operative word is dismissal, and another form of dismissal is dismotherfucking missed. Okay? So however you want to, this word right here, if you got a problem with it, baby, you need to go call all these people, because I'm just reporting what the news is saying. But we're going to move past that. But if you guys remember with this case, they talked about Diddy, they talked about Jay-Z, and that the celebrity female, right? Y'all, wait a minute. I got to see if y'all in the chat. Wait. Okay, you guys, look at this. I just stumbled up on this. Okay, let me share this with you guys. So you guys know how they've been talking about a alleged X tape with J-Lo and Diddy. And remember, they're saying that J-Lo may have been the other person there during the situation with the girl. Look, this article came out. Look at this. This came out last year. It says Jennifer Lopez and the alleged X tape with Diddy. Everyone is talking about that tape is dynamite. Okay, so that's one thing. So apparently there is a tape. So it says allegations against Jay-Z linking him to Sean Diddy Combs' alleged involvement in sex crimes have revived old rumors of a scandalous sex tape involving Diddy and J-Lo. So you know how they kept saying, no, there's no tape. Yes, there's a tape. So apparently there must have been a tape. While Jay-Z has firmly denied these claims, the controversy has reignited public interest in this long debated rumor, sending shockwaves through fan communities and the music world. The alleged tape reportedly dates back to the 2000s. Y'all, the 2000s would have been the time that this occurred, right? Let me see if y'all saying anything, because I just stumbled upon this, right? Okay, so it says, Diddy be filming it all? What assorted merry-go-round, one fan commented. Okay, you guys, but look at this. Look at this. Let me see.
She's like, yo, tell her she ain't got to worry about it.
Okay, y'all. So when they were talking about this Diddy tape, so hold on, I gotta take this off and put you guys back on so you guys could hear, so you could hear it play. So let me go back, share the screen. Irv Gotti apparently, where is it? Irv Gotti. I'm trying to find it, you guys. Irv Gotti, Suge Knight. Irv Gotti apparently was the person who told Suge Knight not to release the tape. You guys, did y'all know about that? I did not even know that was true. Okay, y'all got to bear with me. I'm trying to get this back up here. Hold on, because I want you guys to be able to hear it. Where is it? No. Okay, this is it. I think this is it. Okay. Y'all listen to
what I'm saying? He was very, very cool. And Suge was like my man.
Let me go back.
even want to release that?
I never seen the tape.
Okay, so in case you guys don't know, Irv Gotti and J Lo apparently were really good friends. I don't know if they dated. I just stumbled upon this today, so I guess they were really close. And this sex tape apparently may have been a real thing. So let's listen.
Well, real quick, you touched on J Lo. Is it true that you stopped Suge Knight from releasing a J Lo sex tape?
100%.
Why would Suge even want to release that?
I never seen the tape, first of all, but it was rumors that Suge had a tape. And Benny Medina and J Lo, they was a little worried about whatever he was talking about, whatever he's going to do. And at that point, me and J Lo was like my sister. You know what I'm saying? We was very, very cool. And Suge was like my man. And I just went to Suge on my own without them saying go. And I said, what's up? You got a tape? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yo, you know she go like this, right? He's like, is that real, Gotti? Is that real? I said, hell yeah, that shit is real. I said, that's like my sister, yo. Don't do that to my sister. And Suge smoking his gun, his fed. She's like, yo, tell her she ain't got to worry about it. No one will ever see it. And when I went back to J-Lo and said that, she was happy. Her and Benny Medina was like really happy because they didn't have nobody that could ever talk to Suge. Motherfuckers ain't lining up to talk.
So, we can't play too much of Vlad's, his material. But did y'all know? Okay, so I did not know, because if y'all remember this whole thing about J-Lo and the Diddy tape, remember they was denying it. They said no tapes exist. And do you guys remember Ariel? Y'all remember the attorney Ariel and the guy Courtney Burgess? Remember, they were talking about these tapes, and J-Lo's name came up, and they kind of didn't confirm it, but it was teased enough, so everybody was assuming that it was J-Lo. So I didn't even know. So to me, even though, like I said, I think Jay-Z he dodged a bullet. Yeah, exactly. They were, yes. So to me, I feel like to some degree, a lot of this stuff is, I'm not saying it was not real, but it's just like, it's hard to prove. But now we're finding out stuff that came out years ago that we all forgot about, that they have been talking about. This video that Irv Gotti did, he did this video like 5 years ago. So they was talking about this sex tape even before this whole Diddy indictment and lawsuit came out. And it just flew over. Ain't nobody talking about it. So all of these sex tapes, man, Beyonce, remember they said Beyonce got one. So I believe all of these women, or a lot of them, and the men too, I believe there are tapes out there. And it's just starting to come up. And when it goes to trial, all these people are going to be testifying. And I bet you, can y'all get the likes up? Please get the likes up. I bet you if we even go back to Vlad TV, if we even go back to Vlad and look through his archives and the Art of Dialogue and all these different people, I bet you I know there's a Beyonce allegedly with Pimp C. There's a Beyonce tape. Then there's the J-Lo tape. There was Eve. Y'all remember Eve and Stevie J? Well, that tape was pretty much released. I mean, it's a lot of them out there. It's a lot of them. Let me see. So yeah, basically, Irv Gotti was talking about the fact that he stepped in and stopped Suge Knight from exposing J-Lo. So y'all, if there was a tape, what else is out there? Is it more tapes? And so another thing is about maybe a few months ago, Candy Chambers says, yes, Candy. Thank you for joining. Please hit the like button. Thank you for joining. Yes, those tapes are real. But how many more are out there, right? How many more tapes are out there? Because if you guys remember, when all of this stuff first broke, somebody was on the dark web trying to sell some of these tapes for like $1.5 million. And so I think some of the celebrities were probably, because remember, Courtney Burgess said that they were shopping the tapes, trying to do the catch and kill and give the celebrities the opportunity to buy the tapes before they hit the market. So I believe so many of these, a lot of these celebrities got tapes out there They're going to try to keep them from going public. But baby, in March, when March hits, oh my God, wait. D-Dot says Dr. Dre, Snoop trying to find their... What? I didn't hear about that. D-Dot, can you tell me where you saw that? Because I want to check that out too. Diddy is known for... Yes, because remember, it was 50 Cent that said that he had saw the tape of Cassie. And he was like, dude, do you know your girl is on this tape? Like, he thought he was letting them know, like, you got a little, she's a get around town type of 304, you know? And Diddy was like, oh, okay. Like, so I think a lot of people at the time didn't know Diddy was like, y'all, here's another thing. Now that we're talking about this, that whole tape with J-Lo, and if Suge had a copy of it, how the hell we think Suge get a copy? Diddy, you know what? It just dawned on me. Diddy was probably the one. If Diddy was taking them tapes, he was the one probably, because remember Jane Doe said he liked to keep stuff, hang stuff over people's heads. He probably was the one that gave them damn tapes to like Suge Knight and leaking them and stuff like that. And it was Irv Gotti probably not knowing that Diddy was behind it, because remember J-Lo was saying like he used to try to hang that over her head, talking about he was going to release them. Y'all know all this time it was probably Diddy the whole time. And you guys also, did you hear, because Suge Knight talked about this as well, he said that that what's his name, Ben Affleck, remember how they just got the divorce, J-Lo and Ben Affleck? He said that Ben have saw the tape. Did y'all hear about that? Candy is saying facts. D-Dot is saying facts. Yes, y'all. Facts, facts, facts on top of facts. D-Dot says it's a short video of it. Oh, okay. Well, tell me where it is, D-Dot, so I could go check it out. Tammy Strickland says Diddy was probably... Yeah, well, you know, that's another thing. You bring up another good point. They did say Diddy was selling these tapes back in the day, you guys. You know, and that's crazy. Y'all think about it. Diddy was making them tapes, and R. Kelly was making the tapes. Now, I don't remember the Bill Cosby. I know he used to give them a little something and slip them, you know, so they would pass out. Was he taking pictures and filming it too? Do y'all remember if he was filming it? What is up with these sickos filming this ish? Why you getting recording stuff to have evidence on yourself, unless, like Tammy was saying, unless y'all putting it on the dark web and selling it, right? That's crazy. Can y'all get the likes up? Please get the likes up. That is crazy. D-Dot said yes on the dark web, but I do remember they were saying those celebrity tapes were selling for a nice little chunk of change. So I would not be surprised if Diddy was putting them out there, because there's the J-Lo tape. There's we still haven't seen Beyonce's. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Oh, well, Kim Kardashian. There was another Kim Kardashian tape too. Remember, apparently, do y'all remember this, where Kanye made a deal or something, and he went and picked up the other tape that they had? Candy says, this is sad. Prayers to all the victims. It is sad. It really is sad, you know. Well, I just hope that, like I said, I didn't necessarily think that Jay-Z, in this particular instance, I felt that it was going to be dismissed, but I feel like Ramir is the person who holds the key to a lot of this. And if Ramir is able to force him to take, as Jamil would say, with his dreads, get a little sample of his hair, then Jay-Z might really be in some hot water. This one might stick. Ty says Kim had... Yes, a lot of people don't know that there was more than the tape that that Chris had brokered to be released. There was another tape, but Kanye they didn't want those other tapes out because I think they weren't edited or something. But then what I've also heard is that Kim had another tape that wasn't with Ray J. It was something. I got to go back and get my facts together on that one. Candy said Ray J told that on his live about... Exactly. Yes. Because I think I had posted the live, but I think I got hit or something, so I had to take it down. But yes, I remember, because so is that the live you're talking about where Ray J was going off talking about, well, Chris, you did this and y'all ain't no good, and I'm gonna go... Wasn't he threatening to do something to them or go public, but nothing ever happened? Y'all remember that? That's crazy. But now this makes sense in terms of, yep, okay, yes, Candy, I remember that one too. Ray J was threatening to do this and do that. He didn't do ish. He was talking, as my dad used to say, talking at the big gate and didn't do nothing, because we were saying, yeah, go turn Chris in, go turn her in, because she was part of the whole thing, you know. She was up there. Oh, wait a minute, you guys. Let me. I just had clicked over here, but let me read this to you guys. I just saw. Tammy says, I heard about Kim and Kanye. Yep, Kim and yes, yep. But they said that Kim had a couple more tapes floating around. And do you guys know that Kim used to date Nick Cannon, right? Y'all know she used to date Nick Cannon. So I was just clicking off of here. It says this is one of the biggest urban myths in the music industry is that Knight possesses a X tape featuring Lopez and her ex-boyfriend. So y'all know Diddy had to give it to him. I don't care what you say. Diddy and Suge Knight were enemies. So I feel like Diddy. Well, I don't know, since they were such enemies, if Diddy would give him the tape. But it's weird. How did Suge get this? It says Knight even reminded people these supposed tapes were still floating around. That's the thing. If there was one tape, J-Lo, it's copies of them. I don't know how she could rest at night, because she has to know that there are still more copies of that tape out there. If Suge got a copy, if Irv Gotti heard about it, Diddy had a copy. Come on now. Just like that hotel footage of Cassie, y'all know is multiple copies floating around. And I believe Courtney Burgess even may have a copy. It says they're still floating around, implying that they might have even been shown to Ben Affleck. I believe Ben Affleck did see him. The hip hop mogul theorized that law enforcement confiscated the tapes while raiding Diddy's homes. Oh, okay. So he's saying that those tapes were probably some of the home footage when they raided Diddy's homes, then exposed the tapes to the Argo Star. Afterwards, Affleck would never be able to look at Lopez the same again. And I remember, maybe months ago, people did say that was part of the reason that they got the divorce, because of all that Diddy stuff. And they did talk about the tape too. I'm quite sure they probably called and the FBI gave respect and a courtesy call to Ben Affleck. I'm quite sure they said, we're going to show you some things. It's about your wife. When he sees the blank that her and Puffy were doing, oh my goodness, do you hear what he says? If you see the stuff that her and Puffy were doing and who they were doing it with, y'all, please don't tell me this woman laid up there with him with no damn underage. Please, J-Lo, I don't care if you did it with other grown, that's your business. As Tabitha Brown said, that's your business. But baby, please don't tell me you was up here humping with no children. Please don't. I'm quite sure they gave his ass those tapes, and I'm sure they can never look at her the same. Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh, that's probably true. Diddy had already been spiritually hurt by his feud with Knight and Tupac. Knight held this alleged tape over Bad Boy CEO's head to hurt him even more. Oh, okay. So they're saying that Suge Knight got a copy of the tapes and was, I guess, holding it over Diddy's head. Wow. It says if Gotti is to be believed, Knight would have released the Lopez tapes years ago if it wasn't for the Murder Inc. producer. Gotti was famously known for collaborating with Lopez on a few projects that became hits like her and Ja Rule's I'm Real. Yeah, we know that she was using Ashanti's voice, so they shouldn't even credit her with that. Their professional relationship led to a deep friendship between the two, which allegedly came in handy when Gotti heard about her and Diddy's tapes. Gotti alleged he had a conversation with Knight and dissuaded the West Coast rapper from exposing Lopez. He says, I've never seen the tape, but there were rumors that Suge had the tape, and Benny Medina and J-Lo were a little worried about whether he was talking about whatever he was going to do. And at that point, J-Lo's like my little sister. We were very, very cool. And Suge was like my man. And I just went to Suge on my own without them saying go. And I said, what's up? You got the tape? Okay. So basically, he's just kind of going through the fact that you know, he got them to not publish the tapes. I didn't even know. Did y'all even know that Irv Gotti and J Lo were like besties, like really good friends? And something happened. So Tammy is saying, "What? Can y'all hit the like button? Please hit the like button, y'all." Tammy says, "I never heard about Kim and Nick Cannon, but who didn't she?" Tammy, girl, yes, she was with Nick Cannon. Did you know, Tammy? You got to respond to this, y'all. You got to just let me know. Did you know that she stole like $100,000 allegedly from Brandy? Because you know Kim used to work for Brandy when they had that store Dash. Did you know Kim Kardashian? I can't remember who was her co-defendant in this situation, but did you know that she stole $100,000 and she was never prosecuted? That's a federal offense, you know. Candy says, "Look, Suge knew who and what Diddy was way back when he was Diddy." That's true. That's the picture that Wendy was going to put out. Suge was holding Diddy's son. Oh yeah, no, I saw that picture, Candy. Yes, because I just saw that too. One of the rappers was talking about how Suge had Misa out there and was holding his son. Like, it was crazy. I mean, that East Coast, West Coast stuff was crazy. Candy said, he said they pulled Ben to side a couple years pulled Ben to the side a couple years ago and gave him an opportunity to get away. Oh, before the whole thing came out. Really? I didn't hear that. I always heard that. Hey, Michael, welcome to the chat. Welcome. Please hit that like button if you just joining. Michael says, of course, Hove's case is dismissed. Listen, you should have been here 30 minutes ago when this person, Rucci, was arguing me down. When I'm showing the case, it says withdrawal. And let me see. Did it say withdrawal? Let me go to the actual complaint. This person says, okay, so I'm sharing this. It says notice of voluntary dismissal. It don't matter. It's dismissed, baby. And Michael, I'm just saying that because somebody was arguing me down. It's not dismissed. It's voluntary. I don't give a damn what dismissal. What? And I'm not cheerleading for Jay-Z, but it's like, baby, the facts are what they are. You can't change it. Tomato, call it what you want, is dismissed, Missy. Okay. You said, of course, Hove's case is dismissed. He didn't do that dumb ish. Michael, we know he did something now. I said, and I was with you from the beginning because I know you were here when we first started talking about this. I said I didn't think this case was going to stand because the evidence was so shaky once they showed the lady, her little face, and then talked about her mental challenges and that she may have been autistic, and the fact that it was 20 years ago, and the fact that her daddy said, I don't remember no ish like that. I said that. But Jay-Z has done some stuff. What about the Foxy Brown stuff? Can you please speak to that, my sir? Can you speak to that? Can you tell us about that? Yes, Tammy, Kim Kardashian was shady as hell, okay? That was a case allegedly that happened like years ago when because she used to be like, I guess, the stylist for Brandy. And so she had access to the credit cards. She would go out and, buy the clothes or whatever. They said that woman took, I don't know if she took a cash advance. I don't know what she did. And I think they said that's some of the money that she used to start her clothing store Dash back in the day. Candy says that's a fact. Not thank you. Well, we say allegedly, child. We just got to try to cover ourselves. But yeah, I know it to be a fact. Yes, and thank you for that. I appreciate that. Michael, don't make me go back and pull out come on, dude. I have to go back and pull out my video I did where Foxy pretty much confirms. Do you want me to play it? I could go back and play it. There's a soundbite where Wendy Williams is asking her questions about Jay-Z, and she doesn't say yes or no, but her responses infer that there was a relationship. Come on, Michael, now. You already know. Excuse me. I'm sorry, you guys. Candy says nothing. Tammy says, so she's a baby, a big one, okay? To the ninth part. But have y'all heard also, I did a video earlier. Y'all get the likes up, please. Did y'all hear that Bianca is trying to get Kanye in a conservatorship, a guardianship? No, they said conservatorship, and she wants half the money. That allegedly she's filing she's filing for divorce, and she won't have his money. Now listen, Kanye is wrong as two left shoes talking all that ish. But how the hell you won't have for anything that I got, and we only been married 2 years? I don't give a damn if you walked around bucket naked. You did it, and you're not entitled to half of my stuff. I'm sorry, I don't subscribe to that. You're not getting half of nothing. Period. Candy is laughing. Michael says, I don't care how many videos. What did she say? She basically, okay, I'm paraphrasing, Michael, but okay, Candy says play it. So we gonna go back in the day, and I have to kind of try to skip forward, y'all, because it's a video that, let me see. Let me go back. Basically, Wendy Williams was asking Foxy if she was dating Diddy. And so Foxy was like saying no. And then so Wendy says, oh, I get it. You don't shit where you eat, something like that. And then Foxy says, well, no, you know about that. Like, in other words, like me and Jay. Come on now. Come on, Michael. You know, you already know. I don't know why you playing. I don't know why you playing with us on Valentine's Day like this. You must be bored today because you already know Foxy done let the cat out of the bag. But let me go here. Let me see. I can't damn near find the video myself. But she says it. I mean, in my opinion, the way I interpret it, and maybe everybody's interpretation will be different, but she pretty much says they had a relationship, or she confirms it. I mean, but here Michael go. Michael got to come up in here on this good Valentine's Day and play. Okay. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to get the video. 1 second. Hold on. And a lot of people heard that video. And even and another thing is that people even said back in the day, she confirmed that they had slept together, and that she confirmed that they had slept together, and that she confirmed that they slept together. That they slept together, but they felt that Jay-Z had kind of paid her off, and that's why she quit talking about it, that they had a falling out. Candy says, yes, I heard that he ain't going for that. Thank you, Kat. Okay, hold on. Let me take this off. You guys hit that like button for me, please. I need to get my likes up. Okay, wait, here we go, y'all. So I'm sharing the video. Okay, let me see if it's okay. Like the one I got. No one can do that. Sweet smile, but it gives me a lot. Keeps you in balance and crazy to have baby alone. With the recent fall from grace and horrific. So that's the video. So we're gonna try to jump forward to. Together. If you saw them perform together, you definitely saw the chemistry. It was undeniable. Williams first began talking about word on the curb is that Foxy and Jay-Z were creeping on her radio show on WBLS. Wendy was on the radio and well connected to the New. Before I continue, let me see. Can you guys hear it? No, Valentine's Day is for gifts, Michael. That's for women, okay? We get what we want, and the cat come after we get whatever we want. Can you guys hear it? Because I don't want to play it. I want to make sure you guys can hear it. Can somebody put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it? Candy says, when a woman can't say without a shadow of a doubt, no, we never slept it. Thank you. See, the ladies already know. Michael, yeah, Come on now. That's our code. If we didn't, we don't lie on our, we'll be like, hell no. But if there's a possibility and you don't like Ashanti, and can y'all hear it though? Can you guys hear it? Because I'll go back and play it because I want you guys to be able to hear what she has to say because I know it's kind of low. Can you put one in the chat if you guys could, if y'all heard it before? Okay, I'm gonna go back and start playing it again, hoping y'all could hear.
New York hip hop scene, and she'd hear all sorts of gossip about celebrities, and anything she heard, she would share with her listeners. Oftentimes, she would share them as blind items, but give us enough hints so that we knew exactly who she was talking about. First, Wendy just hinted at Foxy and Jay-Z's relationship, but when Foxy came to the radio station, she asked her in real time and listened closely to their exchange.
We did the BET Awards. We did the press. We were sitting on the couch with Jackie Reed, and she kind of insinuated something like having a relationship.
Of course, you can't be out not,
Yeah, but
you favored Kim Porter in a little same complexion, same attitude. You know she's got to have a fierce attitude to put up with his shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but I have a career, and there's a difference.
I got you. So, you don't ish where you eat. Like you don't mess around.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I mean, you know that. Like
different role with Puffy than there was with Hova.
I love Jay. And I'm
Okay, did you guys hear that right there? Did you hear that right there? Okay, did y'all? So she said, so you. Okay, let me go to the screen. It says, you don't shit where you eat. Fox says, no, I wouldn't say that. You know that. And her, and then Wendy says, oh, so not like with Puff like it was with Jay. Come on. She did not go back and clean that up. She let that ride because she was letting us know that they did. Come on now. Women, we know, we read between the lines.
not. I want to say that too. And I just spoke to Jada Small.
Oh, the sex. Is he hung like a horse?
She said, I just spoke to Jay today. And Wendy says, is he hung like a horse? And she says, oh my God, come on. Michael, come on. Do you need to see a tape? Is that what you need? Do you need to see a tape? Just tell me you need to see the tape.
That's what Orton says.
It's unbelievable. Is he? Jay's, let me tell you something. No one can do what Jay and I do. Like, for real. Like,
no one could do what Jay and I did. Come on now. I don't work with plenty of men, and we might have had some good partnerships. But when I'm talking about nobody could do what me and so did, me and Mr. Jones, baby, we talking about some boudoir activities. Come on, y'all. Come on, Michael.
out of any artist, entertainer in this industry that I just have genuine love for, like real diehard love for, is Jay. For real.
You're sprung. That was her first. Art, you think she and J Bone? You don't have to acknowledge it, Foxy. Just Art. Maybe some foreplay. Oh,
maybe
no,
what?
Bonification boning.
Maybe foreplay? So I look like
his mouth has been on your breast before, is what Art is saying.
Oh yeah, you think that?
Yeah, I think you have to remember. I'm a lot younger. Exactly. It's with Beyonce. He likes him younger.
So I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think? It sounds to me that whole little interaction was her laughing about it and you know, just kind of allowing us or letting us know, yeah, they had something going on. Now I want to go back up here to what Candy Chambers said. She says it was true. Wendy did sleep with Method Man. He said that. Okay, so I didn't know about that. I had heard that she tried to get with Biggie and he rejected her, but I didn't know about the whole situation with Method Man. So, Michael, are you saying you said nope? Candy said he did, and she said Method Man said it was true. I mean, let me see. But I know Wendy. I know that she did try to sleep with a lot of rappers back in the day, and I thought, who did she mess with? She messed with somebody. Wendy Williams slept with. Can y'all get the likes up for me, please? Slept with Method Man. Okay, let's see what it says, y'all. Who's right on this one? Who gonna get it? Oh, okay. Okay, so let me share this. It says the Method Man and Wendy Williams drama explained. Wendy Williams claimed that she had a one-night stand with Method Man, reigniting tensions involving his wife, Tamika Smith, that goes back decades. So I do remember that Wendy was the one who outed his wife had cancer, right? Which was foul as hell. You don't do that. Now look at what I just thought about it. Look at what she's going through. Wendy Williams has found herself at odds with another celebrity. This month, the media personality made headlines after claiming she had a one-night stand with Method Man during a radio interview. I smoked a blunt with Method Man while I gave him a bath, and it was a one-night stand. Williams dropped the bomb during a radio interview just 2 days before the debut of her Lifetime biopic, Wendy Williams, the movie. In addition to causing a stir on social media, Williams' comments prompted a fiery response from Method Man's wife, Tamika Smith. While things are just starting to heat up between the two parties, this feud has been building since the early 2000s. Here's a breakdown of what's going on between Wendy, Method Man, and Tamika. Yeah, that's what okay, let's listen to this. Oh, what?
I mean, you touched a little bit there, man, on the, going home to the kids or whatnot.
Wait, hold on. I gotta stop it so that I can share it the right way so you guys could hear it. So now, Michael, let me just say this. Based on what you're saying that he didn't do it, of course he would deny it. The man is married. Come on now. I mean, if he's married, would you admit to sleeping with, somebody? So if he said he didn't, I don't believe him. So I believe Wendy more.
I mean, I think your wife was going through a situation just recently, man. How did that resolve itself? Everything all right now?
I'd like to know how you found out.
MTV.
What did they say?
They said that you were going through something with your wife. Like, I think she was sick or something like that, right?
Yeah, she was sick.
Is she all right now?
I'd like to thank Wendy Williams for bringing that to the masses, because she didn't have to go on the radio and say that shit. I like to keep stuff like that private, but yeah, she was sick.
But everything's all right now. All right.
Better than what it was.
Well, then that's what's up.
That's what's better than what it was.
That's what's up, man. I know a lot of us go through it. You know what I mean?
I be feeling like, yo, that ain't nobody fucking business right there, though. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it and shit. That's her business. She didn't want anybody to know about it. You know what I'm saying? And I respected her wishes right there. So for the media to bring that and put that shit out there like that, I think that shit is mad tacky and disrespectful.
Yeah, well, we won't even run that, man. So don't even worry.
No, y'all can run that. I want that to be ran. I'm talking about as far as the way it was done in the beginning, because she's past all that now. But when it was going on and all that, and people, it was done by, I'm gonna give you, Wendy Williams did it. All right, she's the one that did it. You can attack me any way you want to. I'm in the entertainment business, but you don't attack my family, man. My wife ain't had nothing to do with that, man. Had all nothing to do with that. You did not have to do that. Her family members didn't even know she was sick. We still live in our same community where we used to live at. The people that lived around us didn't know she was sick till you said that shit. And everybody looking at her, staring at her. You know how uncomfortable that makes somebody feel, especially somebody that's going through chemo? Stupid ass bitch.
Whoa.
Bad enough she didn't have her hair on her head. You think she wants people staring at her, pointing at her, talking about how sick she is? Nobody knew anything until Wendy Williams said that shit.
Yeah, she hasn't won a lot of fans, man.
She doesn't have any fans, and the people that listen to her just as fucking dumb, because the bitch is an idiot, man. She's a fucking idiot, man. It's like she can say whatever she want to say about me. I never call up there for shit. She can say whatever she want to say. But you don't attack my fucking family, man. You got to be out your fucking mind, lady. For real, you gotta be out your motherfucking mind, man. I ain't no regular okie doke nigga, man. I ain't no insane Justin Timberlake ass nigga, man. Come from Park Hill, Staten Island, Park Hill, nigga. You been on my block, you know where I'm from. You been on my block, you fucking them little niggas around there. Think I don't know, sniffing, blow, sucking these niggas off and shit. I know. However you want to do it, Wendy, but me, I'm not gonna do it verbally. I'm not gonna come on your little show and try and bark on you and shit like that. Nah, man, I'm a street nigga. You'll see me.
Ooh, child, that was. If I was Wendy, I would be feeling pretty low because yeah, that's kind of foul for her to release that information on him. So I'm trying to get caught up with the comments, but I'm gonna go back to what Candy said, just based on what Wendy did to his wife. I don't know if Wendy spilled that information before or after the alleged incident, but I could see him saying, I didn't touch your funky ass, because if you did something like that to somebody's wife, somebody that they love, they're gonna deny it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen though, right? So I could see him. First of all, he's married. Number two, you don't sit up here and told people his wife's business. And that's another reason why I believe it did occur. Y'all please hit the like button. Please get the likes up. It's because think about it. Why would she release something like that about another woman having cancer unless she's so effing jealous that she slept with this man and he just dumped her? So I had a one night stand. It makes sense to me because that sounds like some stuff an angry chick would do. You know, you slept with this man, he didn't claim you, he dumped you, and then so you hear some drama about his wife, but you know you shouldn't release nothing like that because you wouldn't want it released about you. You know that's dirty. But he read her for filth, y'all, didn't he though? Tammy says people need to stop idolizing. Girl, who are you telling? Shout out to you for that one, because somebody came on here trying to read me my rights the other day about, oh, you can't say this. It's like these people don't know you. They wouldn't probably even let you shine their damn shoes. And it's just, we're just talking about them, but you don't know them personally, right? Nobody is above anything. Hell, y'all don't know me. Y'all might, well, hell, I hope you don't see me on the Channel 5 News app. But I'm just saying, you never know people. You don't know your neighbors. You don't know people behind closed doors. You just don't. And so they be capping for people like, oh, they would never. You don't know. Oh, I know what it was. I was watching Ringo's, one of the content creators, and he was talking about Twitch. And so, you know, Twitch's wife has come out and said that he unalived himself. Now, this is his wife is saying, because, you know, she published his memoirs. She was saying that he did it because he thought that maybe he could become a predator. And I feel like something happened, okay? I'm just going to say it. She hates this man. Who would even do that? Who would release somebody's private journals, journal entries, if they didn't talk to you about it because he never disclosed to her allegedly that he had been touched or molested? Why would you think he wants the world to know it, right? But so she wrote in, and I don't agree with what she did because I think like that's your husband. He was your husband, the father of your children or your child. Like, why would you do this? This is really not good for him. Like, let him rest in peace and let his family be okay. You didn't need to tell us all that. But somebody got on the line and said, when have we ever heard of Twitch messing with children? Huh? Like, when do you ever hear somebody doing something after it comes out? Like, what the heck? What do you mean? When have we ever heard of it? We wouldn't have heard of it because we wouldn't have known until it comes out. It's just people's logic is crazy sometimes. Like, just because it's a celebrity doesn't mean it's not a possibility. The same thing with, you know, hell, I don't know if Twitch did it or not, but, you know, there's all these people that were aligned with Ellen. There's Twitch. There's Diddy. Like, all of these people, there's some elements of underage activity with children. How far they got and stuff, I don't know. But I don't put it past none of them to have done something. It's almost like there's this it's something like you have to pledge in order to be part of the fraternity. You got to do something, you know what I'm saying, in order to be accepted, like when they talk about the Illuminati. So no, I feel like anybody could do anything, like you said. So, you know, I really agree with you on that one. D-Dot says Method Man. Okay, what? Yeah. Oh, Method Man was arrested because I think, didn't he beat up his daughter's husband or something, or his daughter's ex-boyfriend? And if he did something like that, you know, this man probably had done enough to him. Yes, I think it was his daughter, right? Yeah, I remember that. Candy says, my question is, did she sue Wendy? I'll wait. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about her suing. D-Dot says he agrees with meth. Tammy says, guess Wendy spilled a... Yeah, man, Wendy was spilling the tea about Jay-Z and Diddy and all of them. She was the first one. I have another video that I did maybe a year or two ago where Wendy has a list of all the down low rappers from back in the day. And if you go back and look at that list, I would say more than half of them at some point have been outed, or we have heard some crazy situations about them. And probably it's going to be a lot of them same men that are going to be part of this Diddy case. Seriously, she talks about it. She was talking about it back in the day. Michael says Wendy is a goofy. I liked Wendy. I did. I just did. Candy says, yes, Tammy, she do. Candy says, yes, he ghosted her. And she said that. See, that's why I feel like that. I'm not saying it's right, but to me, that would be a reason in which she would do something so vile like that, right? Like, why would you go release this woman's medical information pending a possible lawsuit and knowing that she's sick? It's almost like, women do shit like that when they're mad, when they have been jilted or something. So I think there was a relationship. Chris says, hey, boo, girl, okay, whenever you can. Tammy says, they don't care to know us. They don't care to know us. Chris says, hey, D-Dot, hey, Tammy, hey, everyone. Everybody saying, hey, Chris. Candy says, they say Mary was a... Yes, they have been saying that, girl. Because she allegedly messed with Danny Boy and he was underage. And so I think she should be named too. Again, we are going to be, well, hell, we probably won't be shocked at this point because anything is possible. But when when this Enterprise letter comes out in March, I just cannot wait to see the people that are going to be on there. Chris says, grow people and just dumb down and mind control. Yes, I mean, I agree. So, I mean, I know you heard that Jay-Z has been dismissed. And Chris, I felt like from the beginning, I don't think that Jay-Z is not guilty. I just don't think he was guilty of that. Or if he was guilty of it, the evidence is just not enough tangible evidence, not enough key witnesses for something that goes back 20 years. That's the historical data just doesn't line up. You have to give us more, right? And that whole thing with the detective, that's just a subject matter expert. In any kind of trial, you're going to bring somebody to do to say, oh, based on my experience, I believe this. But again, without real witnesses and key evidence, it's still going to fall flat. So I don't know if you remember Busby was posturing, talking about, oh, we had a detective and he looked at the evidence and he vetted her. So, I mean, I have my whole little rant about that. So y'all can't say I didn't say it back in, a few weeks ago. Michael says, Wendy is nasty work. Her karma. Yeah, man, Wendy is definitely going through it. Yeah, I do feel like she's getting her karma. And if y'all remember, one thing that was really crazy, which is haunting, if you ask me, was how she did Whitney Houston. And remember when Whitney was on her show and they were going back and forth, and she told Whitney Houston was like, don't ask me questions like that, because she was like, are you high, Whitney? Are you high right now? Like, I mean, if the woman has a drug problem, not as if she wasn't having one her damn self. It's like the pot calling the kettle black, right? And you gonna sit up here and try to clown her on radio, and talk all this stuff, knowing Wendy was just like one sniff away from a little bit of Coca-Cola herself, right? And so, but now look at what's happening to her. And then remember, Tabitha Brown read her down for filth when she was like saying, oh, I don't understand why Tabitha is retiring her husband. Like, I would never, it's like, and Tabitha was like, you wouldn't understand because you ain't been loved like me. I was like, okay, Tabitha. So I do feel like Wendy is getting some of her just desserts. She's a nasty woman. You could talk about celebrity gossip and do things, but you don't have to be dirty. How you treat people definitely boomerangs back to you, for sure. D-Dot says, whoa. Candy says men with Ann Hetchy and Twitch unsolved. Yes. Did I say her name right? Ann Hetchy. Unsolved 2 months and two. Oh, was it that close? Ellen should have some explaining. What, Lucy? You have some explaining to do, right? You know. I know. Yeah, that's crazy. See, now when all of this happened, Miss Candy Chambers, girl, in case you don't know, I was one of the first people who said, this ain't sounding right to me. I feel like it's got some children involved in this. I was one of the persons who said that early on. But everybody was kind of tiptoeing around. Now, y'all gonna slap me, okay? I was wondering, did something happen with him and the eldest daughter? That was my first inclination. But I said, because this whole thing when Twitch first unalived himself, and he was like, I've been struggling with things my whole life and I just can't take it. Struggling with depression is one thing, and I get it, but he said it's something that he just couldn't. I forget. I can't paraphrase it correctly right now, but to me, it was more sinister, right? I just saw something deeper, and so now that she comes out with these allegations that he was touched, and she felt betrayed that he didn't disclose it to her. The way she's wording this, I feel like she's protecting somebody. She wants us to know something, but she doesn't want all of the truth to spill out. She's definitely wrong for just putting this man's business out there like that. But I feel like she's so angry because I feel like an incident took place. I'm going to let it rest because I know it's not a popular opinion, but something happened, y'all. Something happened. D-Dot says Jag is part of, oh, D-Dot, man. They got some channels. They are ripping Jag a new one. They're talking about, I didn't see it, but they're seeing that. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, y'all, please hit the like button. Please get the likes up. Thank you, guys. They said that Jag, well, first of all, I believe she's on the run, or allegedly she's supposed to be arrested. But also they're saying something about her name is coming up in the Diddy lawsuits, or the lawsuit that Diddy filed. I haven't read it, so I don't know if she's a named defendant. But they're saying that, from what the little soundbite that I heard, is that her lies, or well, he's calling them lies, could taint the jury pool. And so, because he's saying with all these documentaries, with all these people coming out here with these salacious stories, that is definitely, and I understand from a judicial perspective, when you're talking about law, you kind of just don't want anything out there in the open that hasn't been vetted and not part of discovery, right? So, generally when you're going through your discovery phase, that's where you're presenting your information, you get cross-examined, whether it be depositions or whatever. And so, but then putting information out there in the wild, and I'm just going to say, like, the internet is the wild, in the metaverse, like, we have no way of really knowing what's real or what's not. So some of it there may be elements of truth, but a lot of people are just gullible. They just go with what they hear. They ain't got time to figure out and worry about whether or not it's true or not. The people that it really matters to are the attorneys and the jury and the people in the court. That's where it matters. What the shit we say here, it don't matter. It can all fly. So I just feel like, I think so Diddy's team, or anybody's team, is saying all that stuff that Jag is allowed to put out there without proving what she's saying can really potentially hurt the case. And I really do feel like, if we want Diddy to get justice, and when I say justice, if we want him to be brought to justice, and for the victims, we want things to be fair and we want it to be true, because all you need is for a technicality to get him off. Okay, just like this whole Jay-Z thing was just dismissed. It does not take much. So we really kind of wanted to go down the right lines so that he can't come back later and go, oh, well, because of this and I didn't get a fair trial. And, we don't want that. I mean, So Michael says Mary and Misa were flips. I don't know what a flips is. So Celeb, the sanctions were removed and then the case was dropped. With your law background, what do you think happened? Well, remember, we said that about a week ago that they were probably working in the background. Anytime, like, they're voluntarily dismissing something, they're having agreement saying, okay, well, we're going to do this and we're, going to do that. And honestly, I don't know, because maybe they had some kind of a settlement agreement. Maybe they paid off that young lady. We're just going to drop this. We're going to save the court some time. Or, I mean, it's either or, right? We know Busby doesn't want the sanctions, but if he really felt that there was a case of merit, he would have gone to the Hill, to me. But I feel like, given all of the, just from what we know publicly, it just doesn't sound like there probably was enough evidence. But we just don't know. I mean, because there could have been a settlement. We will never know because it's been dismissed. And if there was an agreement, it's going to be just like with Cassie. It'll be a non-disclosure where, the parties are not going to be able to talk about, if Jay-Z paid her off. So I don't know. So Busby's reputation. I don't, this happens all the time. I mean, I don't, I think Busby I think it's going to hurt his other cases, but I don't think in terms of his reputation. I mean, lawyers lose cases all the time. And this is not, it's not like there was a verdict, right? So it'll just be, I think it's going to hurt the other potential cases, because now I think, like what we said in the beginning, it'll be a domino effect. If you are able to disprove one, then you're going to look at all of the people that he represents, unless they have solid evidence and witnesses and records. They're going to need records like flights and all of that stuff. It's going to, unravel. So a lot of the cases that he brought, and I believe actually, Chris, there have been a few that have already been dismissed, right? Or withdrawn. There have been a few already where the people just withdrew the cases, because the closer you get to discovery, because if you can't punk the other attorney into a settlement, the closer that you get to having to really come up with some fact-based information, that's when a lot of these cases tend to die off right before discovery. Because then, it's like, well, but y'all, while we talking about this case, what's going on with, Chris, did you hear anything about ASAP? What's going on with ASAP? I know that we're giving closing arguments. Lulu had told me yesterday, they said that he was guilty, but I guess that's not the case. So Michael says Whitney was a blankhead and introduced by Michael. I'm gonna jump through this. I'm gonna jump through this screen and joke. No, he did not. Whitney's brother, I think his name was Michael. Is Whitney's brother's name Michael? Whitney's brother, after her death, came forward and absolved Bobby Brown and said that he was the one that introduced Whitney to drugs, and he apologized for it. Michael, did you miss that? Did you not see that, Michael? I'm just playing with you. Candy says, yes, I forgot his name, but he recently did a video and said Mary did. Yes, he did. And what about Take 20? Oh my God, that was so sad. I think that's their name. Yes, it is Day 26. And they were crying. That's when I said, when I saw those men break down, I said, Diddy did it. I know that's so, like, that's not based in fact, right? That's definitely an emotional response. But when I saw all of those men sitting up there talking about the trauma, and then they started crying, I just don't think men, and I was going to speak from a race-based perspective. I was going to say black men because I'm closer to black men, but I just don't feel black men just come publicly and are that vulnerable and transparent unless something really did happen. I just don't see it. And so in that moment, I just said, oh, he did it. He did it. I don't think you can fake that. It was so organic and so real. That really touched me. I just knew at that moment, I said, oh, Diddy did it. He did it. Candy says yes. Adida says yep. Chris says D-Dot, D-Dot want Jag to go down. D-Dot, you want Jag to go down? Oh, you want Jag? Y'all, okay, wait a minute. D-Dot, you want Jag. Why you want Jag to go down? Nina says yes. Yes, me too. She did a lot of damage. Chris says damage for who? The victims or the celebs or who? Y'all know that there's a whole Jaguar right. What do they call it? There's a whole sector. Like they have the beef sector, the tea sector. There's a whole Jaguar rights sector that has been around for about 4 years, and it is a mess. And Jag has, when I tell you, y'all focusing on her relation to the Diddy trial, y'all have, unless you've been following all of this, and I do follow it because I'm a pop culture queen, y'all. Jag and her girlfriends that she was dating and they got kicked out. They was getting into fights. Jag threatening the police, told the police down at the mayor's office. Jag throwing her ashes, rubbing her son's ashes. I mean, it's been years of nonsense, okay? So Jag has said and done a lot. She has. And if y'all remember when Jag first came out, before the 50th anniversary of hip hop, Jag never said nothing bad about Jay-Z. She was the main one saying, oh, Sean Carter, Mr. Carter, he's cool. No, she didn't have a problem with him. It was Alicia Keys. It was Erykah Badu. If you go back to the very, very, very beginning, Jay-Z was not on her list. Diddy wasn't either, really. It was all the women. Erykah Badu, Alicia Keys, Jill Scott. It was all them. And so it's almost like a person, people with mental illnesses, they get fixated on something. You give them one thing and then they can't let it go. It gets stuck in their brain. But then that's what happened with Jag, if you ask me. D-Dot says, Chris, Jag is a demon and she trafficked people from state to state. Well, now D-Dot, she did say, if y'all don't remember this too, she does say that at one point she was a dominatrix. And I don't want to say that she said she was a PIMP, but I remember, early in the early 2020s, 21s, I remember her saying that she would get the girls and do things as well. Now, I can't remember exactly what she said her role was because a lot of those videos have been taken down or, you got to go back to find them. But yeah, she was out there doing stuff. Hey, Galatians, happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day, Sweet Peach. Candy says Michael Whitney brother and God Michael Whitney. Yes, okay, Candy brother's name was Michael Whitney brother and God rest her sissy had an interview with Oprah and he admitted, thank you. Whitney was introduced to Ruggs by him. Thank you. You are really talking and not telling the truth. Facts. Yeah. I hope you're saying I'm telling the truth and then Michael a little bit off over there. I don't know. But yeah, I remember her brother, I believe his name is Michael. Is his name Michael? Yeah, I don't care. He got her hooked and he came forward and apologized. And all those years, Bobby Brown was toward the shreds behind this whole Whitney Houston thing, right? Wendy Williams, Whitney Houston, shit, too many W's up in here. Hey Galatians, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're having a good day. You said just getting off of work, headed home. Be safe out there in that traffic, girl. Hope you're going home to something sweet. Michael says there was no technicality, the white BZ lot. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, I agree with you. I don't think there was a technicality with this one either. I think either there was it's either two things. Either Busby realized, and he knew from probably the beginning that this case was just going to go kaput. Because a lot of the legal analysts and experts from the beginning, they were saying, they predicted that this case was not going to fly. They was like, there are no wings here. Like, but of course, all of the legal posturing, that's what attorneys do. They sensationalize things. They make it sound the razzle dazzle. Let's razzle dazzle them with our footwork. Throw everything on the wall, the spaghetti, and let's see what sticks. So they just came out publicly trying to make the public think they had something in their hand, even if they knew that they were going to withdraw the case. Busby has gotten a lot of publicity from this. Think about some of these attorneys that take these cases I think the Nosy Ho case, against against Nicki Minaj. What happened with that? Not much of anything, I don't think. But these attorneys take this and it's sensationalized and it gets their names out there. But I agree with you. I don't think it was a technicality. It was just either there could have been a payout. Don't think it couldn't have been a payout, because it could have been, or it was just Busby conceding, well, it is a little flimsy, and after doing a little more due diligence, I don't know, we can't do it, so let's trash it. Galatians says, hey girl. D-Dot says, hey Galatians. Galatians says, I would sue Busby. Who? If you were Jay-Z? Jay-Z is not going to sue him. He dropped the sanctions. Jay-Z wants this to go away. I don't think Jay-Z wants any, excuse me, I don't think he wants to muddy the waters any further. And his attorney is probably going to tell him to let it rest. Just the same way the judge early on was telling who had admonished Spiro, like Alex Spiro, to chill out. They're going to advise him. There's no point in him suing Busby. Busby took the case. He's going to say he did it in good faith. He's going to use all of his resources and say the other attorneys. They're going to get affidavits and say, oh, we thought it was a credible case. This happens all the time. I mean, was it a hit to Jay-Z's reputation? Absolutely. But, I mean, it is what it was a lawsuit, and Jay-Z would have had his day in court. Galatians says, hey, D-Dot, Tammy. Hey, Galatians. Hey, Tammy. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We all wishing everybody happy Valentine's Day. Busby do got help from Trump's. That's another thing, because y'all know, I think in the last day or two, they just are going to drop the case against Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, right? So I don't know if it was a pardon from Trump, but somebody gave the nod that, no, that's not going forward. Because remember, about after Trump was inaugurated, remember they said that Diddy had reached out, or his camp had reached out to Trump to see if he could get a pardon. Remember that, y'all? And so, but Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, who gave Diddy the key, those charges will be dropped against him, but not Diddy. So there you go. Galatians, and that's, I believe it's all Trump related. And remember the one guy, the district attorney, he's resigned. Remember, I forget his name, but he's quitting because he knows under the Trump regime, anything that he was trying to do, Trump was going to slap it down and pardon anybody anyway. So it was no point in continuing. Galatians is saying, hey, chat. Chris is saying, hey, Galatians. D-Dot is laughing. Okay, so Chris says there's no final verdict yet for ASAP. So maybe, it's already, it's already after 5 here in California, so courts should be closed. I can't imagine that they will go beyond like 4:30 anyway. So maybe we'll just have to wait until Monday. Galatians say, I don't believe everything I hear and see. Bobby was allegedly on that when he met Whitney, just a different form of it. Yeah, I heard that he was, well, from what they said, he was like smoking, but Whitney had been doing, and remember, Whitney was a little older than him. That from most of the accounts was that Whitney was the one with the slow cane, right? And that Bobby was, doing the herbal lessons, but that she was the one that had really been doing the white stuff. D-Dot says, yeah, they were crying. B5 and 112 spoke out. Yeah, that was really sad. Because, a lot of men get taken advantage of, and I don't think we treat men fairly, or young boys, the same way we do girls. We really protect our girls, but we don't protect our boys as well, Like, I'm very much so against the boys club. Not against it, but I mean, there need to be controls put in place. Just don't trust people. I don't trust adults who want to spend time with other folks' kids. That's just always weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, it's hard enough to deal with your own. So to be dealing with other folks, no. And men, hell, we damn near got to take men to child support to get them to take care of their own kids. So when you find a man that want to be up under a bunch of other folks' kids, come on, y'all, that's got to be a red flag. And I know if you're a mother of a son, which I'm not, you can't be trusting these big brothers with your sons. I mean, I've seen so many cases. I've heard so many stories where that's a lot of where it starts. That's grooming. And mothers are so wanting their sons to have a positive role model. I remember in church, child, this man, my daughter was 17. She was getting ready to go to college, 17, 18. And he was like, and their daughter, he was married. He was a married couple. And his daughter had finished college. She's about 10 years older than my daughter. He saw the both of us. Now we in church. I don't give a damn if we in front of the Holy Trinity. It's so many demons in church. Are you kidding me? Hell, I grew up Catholic. The priest molest little boys. So you can't tell me nothing about church and the priests and the pastors. So he gonna say, oh, if you need any help with college, I'm very good and I could get, sir, you don't, nothing about my kid. You don't need to be, she don't need to contact you for nothing. Okay. Like, I'm never comfortable with that. No, because what happens is these men are in positions and they start grooming. And then these young, impressionable girls, that's how they fall into stuff. So our first conversation out the door was like, no, thank you. We won't be calling. She won't be calling. Stay away. Okay. I don't trust it. I never do. He says, yeah, I do. She's, oh my God. Oh Lord. Well, she don't come to my channel, so I'm cool. She ain't gonna do nothing over here. Sad. Candy says sad, and he said he couldn't speak about what happened because there's still a litigation. But yes, he did. Wait a minute, Candy. Which one are you talking about, girl? I be up here talking about 4-5 different things, and I gotta come back to center. Jag is looking, what? Life in prison? Really? Now I heard that she was supposed, because she got arrested a couple times. I don't know if you guys know. Remember, she was in the pool and she was in there and the police walked up and she was like, I'm Jaguar, right? Are you here to, she said something like, are you here to arrest me? Or, okay, chat, these officers are approaching me. Do you guys want to see? She was so funny with it. And then another time, remember y'all, when she went to the mayor's office and she was in there cussing them. Oh, and what about, do y'all remember when she was at the airport and she started acting a fool and she started cussing the people out, get my bags, and cursing, literally. You can't F with TSA. No, you know better than that, baby. Y'all know they put her on the no-fly list. Did y'all know that? She is on the no-fly list. So whenever she's traveling, I believe it's by boat, train, bus, or mule. She cannot fly, y'all. Yeah. Galatia says Jag made a lot of money off people doing interviews, running her mouth, but she is always in and out. Yes. So you must know about the Jag sector. I believe she got with that at Sean Atwood, and that has become a big mess. I mean, I know her from, well, my channel, when I first started, I used to do a lot. That's how I started getting paid, was Jag and R. Kelly. But she recently kind of aligned with Sean Atwood. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that channel, because they did a lot of stuff about Diddy and Jay-Z and Ronnie Bo, or whatever that guy's name is. And y'all, apparently some of the stuff that people were saying, and I'm just gonna say, I don't know if it was all Jaguar, y'all, they done had to take a lot of those videos down. I don't know if their channel got hit copyright strikes or hits or what, or like just like not telling the truth. Yes, they had to remove a lot of those videos. So while they were getting thousands in there, they was getting 10. I think one of the guys said one time they were doing a live and it was over almost 10,000 people in the chat, because Jaguar and Courtney Burgess and all of them people was like a panel. They were doing astronomical numbers. But guess what? When you're not vetting things and you're just letting people get up there and say anything, oh, your channel could be struck. So they've had to remove a lot of those videos. I don't know what the impact is in terms of financially, because I don't think YouTube takes the money back. But yeah, they were talking about how it's really kind of, it impacted their channel, their numbers. For what, D-Dot, what happened? You don't think she has spoke any truth, D-Dot? I think Jag has spoken the truth, and we're gonna let D-Dot answer. I think she has spoken some truth, but some of the truth is regurgitated. Some of it, the whole stuff about Diddy, Wendy Williams was one of our first resources. If you are, if you follow pop culture and hip hop from back in the day, a lot of the things that she said were really things that anybody could research and find online. And she is like a lot of us. She has an association with the music industries, and she's been around some of these people. So naturally people believe, oh, she's got an insight and it's true. But a lot of the things that she said, you know, it's online. DDOT says Jack's first charge was threatening the yes. You remember that, right? Remember she went to the I think she went to the police station, and she told that man it was one of the police officers or a detective or something, and she said she was going to have somebody F his wife. She was crazy. She talked so much ish, they literally tackled her in that police station. I don't know if it was the police station or it was some kind of a public facility where they have officers or something, but I remember that. Michael says she won a bag. Yeah, she was making money, with those super chats and stuff, because people like to be entertained. Can we entertain you? I mean, I like it too, but a lot of the stuff, I mean, I don't bicker with people, because it's like, okay, I mean, you think what you think, I think what I think. We just got to see how the results are. Just like with the Jay-Z thing, I didn't think this was gonna really go nowhere. There were times when it's like, oh, Busby got a good one on him, but at the end of the day, it was like, I just don't think this is gonna make it, But I ain't gonna sit up there and argue with nobody over no shit. Like, it's not worth it. But people like to be entertained, so everything Jag said, they believed. Jag hates everybody. Yes, Tammy, that's it. Jaguar has a beautiful voice. Do you guys know that she has that song with Jay-Z with I Gotta Make This Song Cry. I can't cry, so I gotta make this song cry. That is her in the background. And she has another song that I love, which is Free. I didn't even know it was her, but I think it was her mental illness, her recklessness, and all of those things that are outside of recording and her artistry, which is as to why she never made it in the industry. A lot of people say she had a beautiful voice. She was part of that neo soul era. She was up there with the Jill Scotts, and she could have probably done something, but look how reckless she is. You know what I'm saying? So she just got caught up in the wrong ish. Chris Nicole, yeah, but what we already know then lies about the rest. Yeah, exactly. It's like you take a little truth and then embellish and sprinkle it, like, girl. And you can't be out here lying and saying people, listen, you can't make allegations about people doing stuff to children without some facts. You make those kind of claims, you're going to have to stick by them. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially people that visible. If you got some proof, okay, fine, let's take it to the court. But getting out here and just talking ish about people, you can't do that. I'm pretty sure all of us know somebody that knows somebody to get out here and tell a lie or two. But you can't ruin people's reputation. It's defamation. If you cannot substantiate those claims, you lying and you gonna get sued. Michael says Jag was selling cat. They said she was. Yeah. So I don't know if y'all remember. This is another little Jag story. Man, it's so many. She was in the restaurant, and I think she wanted a meal or some Jamaican food or something. But I think she was trying to ask the man, like, "Hey, you want to hook up?" I forget. I'm paraphrasing it the wrong way. But Michael, they did say she was out there slanging that that ill na. Yes, D-Dot, I do remember she said something like that. I didn't want to say it. But yeah, she did say that she was with some girls, right? That she was like the madam or something. Candy says, girl, you show telling the truth. Oh, girl, Candy, listen, I love pop culture. I don't know if some of y'all probably too young, but when I was growing up, we had magazines, and that's how I spent my pastime, reading about all those, hell, Jay-Z and all of them, and the Foxy Browns, because I listened to the music. So I would listen to all of that and the Wendy Williams and all of that stuff. So I remember a lot of it, and I know a lot of it is myth, so, but I love to talk about it. Galatians says Happy Valentine's Day. Michael says, I said Whitney introduced Bobby to the snitch. Oh, you said that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what that's in the documentary that I saw. They said it was Whitney that introduced it to him, and I think he even eventually said it. But he said that he had to live so many years, people hating him, blaming him for her death when it wasn't his fault. I mean, that's got to be hard. Dida says Jag said on Life Street Stars that she trafficked people, so Life Street Stars on the edge. Whoa, what? That's Dida. That's what I'm saying. Jag went onto a lot of these different platforms saying just reckless stuff, and it's getting these channels in trouble. One thing about it, when people come onto your platform and they say stuff, I don't care, even though you say, well, I didn't say it, and you can give your disclaimer, their opinions don't represent mine, but it is still your channel. So just like when Jag went on to Piers Morgan and was talking all that ish about Jay-Z and all blah, 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 Jay-Z didn't say, I'm going to sue Jaguar. They said, Piers, we about to take a chunk out your ASS if you don't get this ish off. Because it's your platform. You are responsible. If you own a company and somebody comes into your company and they get beat up, that person can sue you. Even though it's a person off the street, they were in your facility, right? So you are thus responsible. So people are starting to be kind of leery of her because she's a loose cannon and you're saying stuff. And once it's out there in the universe, like, damn. That's what happened to the Sean Atwood. I think she went on there saying a whole lot of stuff and it has backfired. Candy says, Michael is in the chat. He said Bobby introduced Whitney to the Booger Shores. Okay, yeah. Chris says, I heard he was already on the sniff and Michael, but allegedly she introduced him to the Rock, allegedly. Okay, so now let me say this. Now I wasn't differentiating between the sniff and the rocks and all the how they crack it up or whatever they do. I just know that allegedly anything, the white powder, however they did it, she supposedly introduced it to him. He was the one smoking weed at the time and drinking anything of a white substance, whether it's snorting, rocked up, pipe, smoke, whatever. It allegedly was on Whitney. Candy says Michael is really tripping in the chat. Michael, come on now. Never a payout. Tammy says, Michael, how do you know? Candy says, breaking news. Case on J. Yes, Candy, that's how we started this. So you came late. That's one of the things we were talking about. And this one person in the chat, which I had to block them, started trying to argue, it's not dismissed. It said dismissal. And I was like, what? Dismissed is a form of dismissal. I can't remember how they conjugate verbs and all of that, child. That's been too damn long ago. But I'm like, it says it right here. What are you talking? Why are you arguing with me? And it was a voluntary. It don't matter if it was involuntary or voluntary. A dismissal is a dismissal. But yes, thank you so much. You want the heat because they probably were going back and forth because they were getting ready to get this dismissal. So, I mean, this is the end result that we see. But before we got here, they have to withdraw all of those things to make everybody good. You know what I'm saying? It's like the sanctions have to go away because you want us to dismiss the case, but each action has to be formally dismissed or removed. I'm probably not saying the technical phrasing, but everything that was alleged or anything that you were brought before the court, that an action you wanted to be taken has to be removed, dismissed. So because they knew that they were going to do this. That's what I see. I mean, yeah. Jay-Z and his lawyer working on squashing the beef between his team and Busby due to allegations against each other. Yeah, I feel like it would, because it should have been just about whether or not Jay-Z did it. I feel like it would have probably been dismissed a long time ago if Alex Spiro didn't come out double-fisted the way he did. Like, he pissed the judge off. You know, she's like, hold down. This is my court, not yours. You need to follow procedure. So I feel like, you know, he was too aggressive and she just kind of pumped the brakes. She probably knew the whole time she was going to dismiss the case. It's not a mystery, you know, for people in law. There's a template and it really doesn't change that much. Like the ASAP case, interesting because now that we know that, and I haven't watched all of the testimonies, but when I just the bits and pieces I'm hearing, you know, the picture with him and the gun, the fact that it was a fake, allegedly a fake GUN, the fact that they haven't produced it as evidence, so how we can't substantiate that, and then the witnesses are getting up there that are, you know, his side. Apparently they are possibly perjuring themselves, so it's just messy. So when you get stuff like that, it could go either way, because in the beginning when we first heard, you know, some of the evidence and everything, it was like, oh, this case will be dismissed. I mean, you know, he will get off and found not guilty. But now that we're all of these little things that aren't adding up, I don't, and again, it depends on the jury instructions. But now it gives, and of course, if there's doubt, then you're not supposed to, based on the instructions. But it's not like such a slam dunk, yay or nay at this point, from what they're presenting in the media. Again, and the media only gets a portion of it. That's why so many people thought Jay-Z was going to go to trial, when a lot of other folks was like, this ain't going to go nowhere. But it's for good entertainment and good, you know, good to talk about. Tammy says, you don't know why, Michael. Michael says ASAP really lied. Yeah, but so did one of the other guys. One of the other ASAP people, whatever they call themselves, allegedly he may have lied too. Candy says, this is crazy. It will come out. Exactly. And that's what I always say. Like, we ain't got to be getting all mad at each other about it, because hell, as long as it ain't your kid, your husband, your lover up there, it's all good, right? And, you know, it'll come out. You said the new person leading the Southern District of New York, which is my home, came in and said they couldn't try the case without bias. Okay. Thanks for that. So you're talking about the one with against Eric, the mayor? Candy says he forced them to resign. Yes, celebrity scandal is pure facts and it's documented. Tammy says, yeah, like Jay allegedly rolling up on young girls back in the day, clean shaven, trying to look young when yes, that's what Jane Doe said. I mean, and these are people who knew him from back in the day. So these aren't necessarily people who have a lawsuit, right? So they don't have a dog in the fight. They just talking what they know. I believe it. Candy says take 26, or day 26. I think it's day 26. Chris says, will Jay-Z ever? That's what we're hoping, because that's going to be the nail in the coffin. Now, that's where I think that there's some guilt. I don't know. But just the fact that he's dodging it so hard, that's what I want to see. I saw that when she got arrested both times. Yes. Did you see it? It was crazy. She's a nutcase, yeah. She was crazy. They have a $5,000 reward. Oh, really? Last time was it? Oh, Dida, do you remember last time they had a reward for her? And I believe, I forget who got it, but I've heard it was some drama over that too. Yes, he pops up on my homepage all the time. Okay, 5,000. Only 5K. I think Dida. Oh, 5,000. Oh, girl, I thought he said 10,000. Because I don't think it's not a big at this point. It just depends on what the charges are. I think the last thing I heard was that she had missed bail or something, or not bail. She had a hearing that she didn't go to in Texas. So, and she was already incarcerated for a few months, and some content creators had got her out, you know. Sean Davy Way, I believe, in OKP, they had, arranged and helped her get out. Candy says, oh my God, yes, they did. I used to really follow Jack till OKP and Sean Bill. Okay, you just said what I just said. I was done with her after that. Yeah, that was messy. Jag burnt her bridge with Sean. Yep. She has a lot of followers now. She probably makes more money now than she ever did with her singing career. She can sing. She just had a performance. But they took her channel. She just lost her channel about a week ago, a few days ago. So I don't know. Maybe she has a new channel now. I don't know. But yeah, her channel had gotten snatched again. once they snatch your channel, you really ain't supposed to be back up here. D-Dot says it's $5,000. Oh, okay. Chris Nicole says she heard she wasn't the original singer on Song Cry. Just did the live show version. Now I heard the opposite. I heard that she was the singer. She sang it, and let's see, that she sang it because the person wasn't available. And I haven't seen the live performance. I saw the video, but she's not in the video. So I believe that she was the actual voice on the song, but I'm not sure about a live performance. But let's see. Jaguar, right? Sang Song Cry. I think that's her on the actual song with Jay-Z. But she's not in the video, I don't think. It says Jaguar Wright sang on Jay-Z's song Cry. Her performance appears on the live MTV Unplugged. So I'm not sure though if it's both or what, because Song Cry features blah 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 blah. Okay, it says Wright's vocals are on the live version of the song, but she is not credited in the song in the album's liner notes. Okay. So I don't know. So who is on the actual song? Because I thought that was her. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, she was on Crime Stoppers, and they definitely looking for Jag because she's part of the. Yes, I've heard that too. Yeah, they're saying that now her name is buzzing, but isn't she in Los Angeles now? Because I think I saw Denat saying something about her in LA, and her because she got a new boyfriend now. Tammy says Jag allegedly locked Mary J in the bathroom or something so she could sing with Jay. Y'all laughing at what Tammy says. And Tammy says that's what she heard, Chris. Candy says, no, that song is on Jag's album. Or you mean Jay's album? She said a lot of stuff, and I'll ask again, where is the lawsuit? I'll wait. Jag has yet to all these years later be sued by anyone. Oh, well, actually, no, she is being sued, Candy. She's actually being named in a Diddy lawsuit. She has been sued. She has been threatened to be sued like two or three times at this point. There's the Diddy lawsuit. Damn, somebody else just sued her. I'll have to look it up for you, but she was named in a lawsuit. I think two of them actually. D-Dot says he just got a notification on Twitch. What did you hear? Everybody's saying the case is dismissed. It is this time is dismissed. Last time it was just the Bad Boy Records, that one party was dismissed, but it looks like they're all in agreement and all the attorneys have agreed the case overall is withdrawn. Candy says, but again, they still ain't sued Jag yet. I wonder why. No, Candy, she is being sued. She has been sued. D-Dot says Jag ain't got no money. Candy says, yes, I came late, but I'm here. Dear God, I'm here. Thank you, girl. Thank you for being here. She is getting money now on YouTube. Well, they just snatched her channel, though. D-Dot says you can't sue nobody. See, that's the reason everybody was saying initially why nobody was suing her is because she didn't have no money. I mean, let's be real, though. Like, her YouTube money ain't probably popping yet. It really takes some time. Like, anybody who really knows YouTube for real, know Jag ain't busting no grapes like that. Her numbers are not even, excuse me, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be bringing up other people, but yeah, I mean, if that's what y'all believe, so be it. But child, please. Let's see. I think I kind of skipped all up. Oh yeah, so D-Dot says you can't see nobody without money. Candy says Eric Adams is lucky as S of a shit of a gun. A felony bribery case dismissed. What's going on here? Well, you know what's going on. It's a new regime. Trump is in office, and it's the Republicans is running stuff, and they said, let it go. Candy says it's years later and still no lawsuit for Jag since one of her beginning interview with TK. But Candy, she has been sued. She's got a couple lawsuits. It just says a lot about who his sneaky A is. Yes, the Dallas County wants Jag real bad. Look, I think D-Dot, are you gonna get that Crime Stopper money on Jag? Because I think you might want to get her locked up real bad. Yeah, they took it again. Yes, Eric Adams, the new head of Southern District, was working for Trump administration. He came in and they was case dismissed, advanced to go. Yep, that's what happens. And Diddy thought that he was going to get the same treatment, right? Because Diddy and Eric, they have some affiliations. Well, we know that they were all probably part of a little circle or something. But I don't know why Diddy did not see if he could align himself with Eric Adams. I don't know. D-Dot says, so she was a replacement. Yeah, there was somebody else who was supposed to sing, but Jag stepped in because that person was sick or unavailable. And I know it's on Unplugged, but I also know I had it on, I think, Apple Music, but it's the song, not the Unplugged version. Michael says it was Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City that she blew up off of. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I've heard that song, but I didn't know it was Jag. She had a little concert and her voice was strong and she looked ready. Freddie, her voice was on point and she looked good. Yeah, I just watched it. It was last week. She was amazing. And Candy, was she rapping with this guy, right? This guy came on and they were doing it was good. And she did look good. That is her superpower. I don't know why she doesn't stay in that. Like, that's what it is. That's her thing. Dida says, yeah, she's in LA. Okay. Candy says she does. Her voice is great. She can sing a lot of people under the table. D-Dot is not letting go. He says Jag's about to be sued, allegedly, and she's about to be incarcerated, allegedly. Candy said, by who? Okay, Candy, the next time you come to the channel, girl, let me get you these lawsuits, these pending lawsuits. I'll have them for you. I'll have them ready for you. Tammy says she was allegedly a Candy stripe on YouTube. Oh, I didn't know that. Twitch's family considering against so now that's crazy. Twitch's family wants to sue the wife for publishing that, but like really what would their action be, their cause of action? Because she's his wife and I think she has a right to speak to I'm not siding with her, but I'm just looking at it from a legal perspective. Like, what defamation against them personally? Like, I don't understand. Are they on his behalf? What is the cause of action? I don't get it. I don't know. Not Alicia Keys, Mary, Diddy, girl. Yes, she had Alicia Keys, Mary, Diddy, Clive, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Common. I never saw nothing. Oh, I see what you're saying. Why haven't any of those people sued her? Well, Diddy's suing her for sure. Jill Scott didn't sue her, but she did kind of talk sideways against her. Common came forward and denied the allegations and said she has a mental problem. Chris says, yes, she can sing and she can write too. Candy says he presented Diddy with the key to the city, which he had to give back. Shit, they probably said, you ain't got to give it back. We gonna change the lock, baby. You keep that key because it won't work nowhere. Tammy says, did Jagger? No, she didn't show no receipts. Her receipts are Lipstick Alley, YouTube, Wendy Williams, every same stuff that we know that we talk about. D-Dot says, I just got a notification on Twitch. We're watching. Okay. All right, y'all. I am going to get up off of here. I got some other stuff to do tonight. So I hope everybody's having a beautiful Valentine's Day. I hope you had a great day. And I'll see you on the next video. And just remember, life is not a one size fits all. Do you? Y'all, that's my new tagline. All right, you guys. Candy, I said I'm leaving, but y'all, you know, I got FOMO. I got to read what you say before I click off here. So Candy says, no, this concert was before the new year, and she had on a black skirt and a white shirt. Jag was looking good and sounding good too. I just want her to win. I mean, Candy, I'm with you. Well, at this point, I'm kind of over her. I used to really root for her. I did. I had a check. I would do Jag at least 2 or 3 Jag pieces a week, but I'm just tired now because we're finding she backtracked a lot of the. Since you're saying was she sued, I don't know if you're aware of the fact that she would go on AT2's channel a lot and make, you know, they were kind of cool. And she has backtracked a lot of her comments. So a lot of the things that she alleged when people were coming forward saying, well, Jag, you said this, she was saying she did not say it, that it was manipulated by AI. So that to me, that's an admission that she knows she was lying. Why? If you said something and people are playing the recordings in your face, you can go listen to, let me see. I don't know if you, there's a young lady, Charisma Speaks. She has a video I saw maybe a month or 2 ago. Go listen to her, and she's gonna walk you through some of the drama with Jag and you know, her making statements and then saying that she didn't say it when clear they were actually playing the audio, and she was saying, oh, that's AI manipulated. You cannot manipulate AI on a live. I mean, anything is damn near possible. I ain't even gonna say that because I don't know AI like that. But they really literally play back a live panel that she was on, and she was saying she didn't say what we all heard her say. And I've heard her say things in real time that she has retracted. So I think that's why everybody now is kind of like, oh, wow, you're not even standing on what you previously said. But anyway, Candy, I got to go look. I'm going to get the names for you of the people that are suing her. Me and D-Dot. If D-Dot is still here, D-Dot, that's our homework for the weekend, okay? We got to let Candy know who's suing Jag, okay? We're going to let you know. Because D-Dot wants this lady behind bars. Girl, people said they weren't exactly. People heard. Listen, yeah, we were watching it. Like y'all remember when Richard Pryor said, "Who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes and or your hearing ears?" Okay. D-Dot says, you know it. All right, you guys, and yes, Candy, thank you so much. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Y'all just have a good one until we talk again. All right, bye.